Hey there, movie fans. Welcome to the Blues of March 2014. I'd like to give a shout out to a couple of newcomers of our movie community. And the first one is Gilly G. She's a very nice person, and she is the missus of Dave, aka Safe and Secure 1. I might give him a shout out as well, why not? She, just started out, and she already has a couple of videos on her channel, and they are movie reviews. She did reviews on Rob Zombie's The Lords of Salem, on The Descent 1 and 2, and also on the best movie of all time, Howard the Duck. So definitely go check her out, and also go check out Dave if you haven't done that yet. And the other newcomer is The Cinema Room. He also just started out. He also has a couple of videos on his channel. The first video is of his cinema room itself, and it looks fantastic. So definitely go check him out as well. And give them a warm welcome to our movie community by subscribing to them. You will definitely not regret it. The links are down below. Okay, first up, I'd like to show you a stag of cheap DVDs. And the first one is Western Union by the legendary Fritz Lang. This is starring Randall Scott. I like Randall Scott's westerns. I've always enjoyed them, especially the ones that he did in the 1950s with Bud Bediger. Seven Men from Now is really my favorite Randall Scott western, along with Ride the High Country, the Sam Peckinpah movie. Next is The Razor's Edge with Tyrone Power and Gene Tierney. I've only seen the Bill Murray version, but I still need to check this out. I haven't seen any of these DVDs, by the way. If you have seen one of them, or a few of them, or all of them, let me know what you think. This is a film I've never even heard of before. When Eight Bells Toll, with Anthony Hopkins and Jack Hawkins. I read that this is some sort of a James Bond movie. Kind of like that, espionage and all that. So looking forward to checking this out. The Trail of the Lonesome Pine. Never heard of this movie before, but it has some great actors in it. Henry Fonda, Fred MacMurray. This one I have heard of, but I've never seen it. Gaslight. So definitely looking forward to checking this one out. And this one, I just completely forgot about. I remember when they announced the DVD of this film, I really wanted to see it, but after that I just forgot about it. But I saw it in the store and immediately picked it up, which is €5. And I haven't seen it yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to like this. The Prince of the City. So those are my DVDs. And now for the Blu-rays. And the first one is 12 Years a Slave. Damn, this is, words cannot describe how impressive this film really is. It was such an amazing film. At times it was hard to watch. There's this one particular scene that was, that was really hard to watch. It's a 4 or 5 minute long one take scene where a person gets whipped. And the camera kind of goes back and forth to this person and also to the one who strikes those lashes. And it was a very gruesome but an incredible scene. I mean, the whole film is incredible, of course, and the performances are extraordinary. I mean, Chiwetel Ejiofor, probably butchered his name now. But he was really great. I think this is his performance of his role of a lifetime, really. Michael Fassbender, fuck man, this guy, he is just too damn good. Here he is right here. If my camera can focus on, oh, here it is. I mean, he is such a fantastic actor. Paul Dano was great. Lupita Nyong'o, she won an Oscar for her role and really deserved it too. I was rooting for her. Sarah Paulson, by the way, she plays Fassbender's wife, and she's a real cold-hearted bitch. I mean, she's a very, very good actress. I've seen her in a couple of other films, but she's best known for her work in American Horror Story. Steve McQueen, I mean, he's such a phenomenal filmmaker. What's even more phenomenal is that he shot this movie on location in Louisiana in 35 days with just one camera. And that is unheard of, you know. And I mean, most directors shoots their movies in a couple of months with multiple cameras, but he did it a little over a month with one camera, and I mean, there's a few directors who can actually pull that off, and I think he's an amazing filmmaker, and an amazing film, of course. 12 Years a Slave. I wouldn't really recommend this because, you know, like I said, it's hard to watch at times. There's some really gruesome, really violent scenes in this, but you have to have a very strong stomach for that. But man, it was an incredible piece of work. This is really the best film I've seen so far this year. This one and The Wolf of Wall Street. Those are really my favorite ones of 2014. You're probably wondering, well, wait a minute, they're both from 2013. Well, not in my country. In my country, they came out this year. You know, The Wolf of Wall Street came out in January. This one came out in February. So, which makes them movies from 2014, at least to me. Next one is The Big Country. I absolutely love this film. And I haven't been able to check this out on Blu-ray. I still need to do that. But this is an incredible film. Great film. And great actors as well. Bro Ive, I think he's a very underrated actor. I believe he won an Oscar for his role in this film. Oh, here it is. In an Oscar-winning performance, that's it, for Best Supporting Actor. Yeah, great film. The Big Country. Also picked up Harvey, which is a lovely film, really. I haven't seen this one in a while, but I do remember liking it very much. You know, at one point Steven Spielberg wanted to remake this movie, and he wanted to do it with Tom Hanks, but Tom Hanks didn't want to play a role that was filled by James Stewart, because James Stewart is his favorite actor. So Spielberg went to Robert Downey Jr. and he was interested, but ultimately, you know, Spielberg canceled the whole production because I guess he wasn't happy with the screenplay, and he couldn't get, you know, a right draft or a right screenplay for the movie. So yeah, he canceled the whole thing, which I think is a good you know thing, because this is a movie that doesn't really needs to be remade. But now Spielberg is considering another remake, which is West Side Story. And I don't know, I mean, I absolutely love West Side Story, and I think that's a movie that definitely doesn't need to be remade as well. But well, with a little luck, he might cancel that one as well, you know, who knows. Next is Dantes Peak. Seen this at the cinema back in the day, and this came out in the same year as the other Volcano movie, which is simply called Volcano, with Tommy Lee Jones, and that one was okay, but I've always preferred this one. I think this is a good film, and the visual effects, I mean, I still need to see this on Blu-ray, but I have seen some clips, And I have to say, the visual effects still holds up today. I mean, there isn't much CGI, but there is, many practical effects and also some miniature models, and because of that, it still works. It's still, it doesn't look dated in my eyes anyway. So yeah, I cannot wait to see this movie again. I think this is a really good disaster movie, Dantes Peak. Picked up 2 Twilight Time Blu-rays. The first one is Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. One of Sam Peckinpah's best films. It's hard to choose which one I like the most of Peckinpah. He has done so many great films. The Wild Bunch is, of course, really one of my all-time favorites. But this is an all-time favorite of mine as well. But I also like Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, and The Ballad of Cable Hawk is a great one as well. But this, of all the films that Peckinpah has done, this is the one that he considered his, as his true film. The other ones were all recut by the studios, but this one is the only film that, where he has final cut. So this is really his movie, and also the movie that he's most proud of. Fantastic film. Does also come with a booklet, as you can see here, with a very nice essay and some pictures as well. Definitely worth having on Blu-ray, and it is limited to 3,000, of course. I mean, being it a Twilight Time release. And the other Twilight Time Blu-ray that I have is the Blue Max, which I've never seen before. But this is a World War I aviator, dogfight movie with George Peppard and James Mason and Ursula Andress, the original Bond girl. But looking forward to seeing this one. This also comes with a booklet as well. I picked up Django Prepare Coffin on Blu-ray. I used to have this on DVD, but I gave that one to my good buddy Gavin. Now I'm planning to do a series of videos of my spaghetti western collection, which I want to do soon. I still want to pick up some more spaghetti westerns before I starting doing that. But yeah, Django Prepare Coffin. I used to say that this was a prequel, but according to the guy who wrote an essay on the booklet, this is a sequel. So I don't know I don't know what it is exactly. If it's a prequel or sequel, it is a official follow-up to the original Django. And don't be misled by the front cover here. It looks like Frank and Nero, but Frank and Nero is not in this film. Terence Hill plays Django in this version. And also picked up this truly wonderful release of The Big Gundown. Now I didn't want to get this at first because I already owned the movie twice. One is the Blu-ray media book from Germany, and the other one is the Sergio Solima DVD box set, which is also from Germany. But then I saw Moods 616 showing this. Another shout out, by the way, Moods 616. I will leave the link to his channel below. He's a great guy. Yeah, he showed this in his video, and I thought it was even better than expected. So I really wanted to get this, and Moods really said to me that I should get it before it might get out of print, because this is a release from Grindhouse Releasing, which is a company, by the way, that was co-founded by Sylvester Stallone's son, who passed away a couple of years ago of an overdose, unfortunately. But he used to be a big fan of horror movies and Italian exploitation movies. I believe they also released Cannibal Ferox and Cannibal Holocaust and some other titles as well. But this is really a fantastic release. I mean, it comes with 2 versions of the films. You have the American version, and you also have the original Italian version, which is longer. Here it is. The complete 110 director's cut, presented in Italian with optional English subtitles. And let me show you what it has. Of course, it has this very neat slipcover, kind of embossed, as you can see there. Here's the artwork on the keep case itself, La Resa dei Conti, which is of course the Italian title. You have a pretty thick booklet, I have to say. This is the first Blu-ray with the 95-minute expanded US cut. And this is the Blu-ray of the 110-minute director's cut. And then you have the US cut on DVD. And here is the motion picture soundtrack by Ennio Morricone. And also a reversible cover as well. And this, it's really fantastic release. If you love spaghetti westerns, then definitely go check this out. This is fantastic, absolutely. Lee Van Cleef and Tomas Milian. This is the first of 3 westerns that Sergio Solima has made. All 3 starring Tomas Milian, and the other 2 are Face to Face and Run Man Run. And Run Man Run is a direct sequel to The Big Gun Down. Milian plays the same character in that one as well. But yeah, fantastic release. Thanks again, Moods, if you're watching. Thank you for recommending me this. This is I'm very, very happy with this. And now on to the steelbooks, and the first one is Die Hard 4.0, or Live Free or Die Hard, as it's known in the United States. Of course, this has a similar artwork to those other Zavi steelbooks of Die Hard 1 and Die Hard 2, but it looks really, really cool. Unfortunately, I'm still hoping that they would release a steelbook of Die Hard with a Vengeance, but I don't think that will ever happen. But who knows? That might, it might. Never say never. It might happen. Also picked up the steelbook of Gravity, and this was such a fantastic piece of work. I mean, it definitely the best experience I've had at the cinema, especially when it comes to 3D. I've never been impressed with the movies in 3D, but this one really blew me away. And I know that story-wise it isn't really that good, but I couldn't care less. I was just drawn into these amazing visuals and these very convincing CGI, and it's such a phenomenal movie. And the soundtrack by Stephen Price, I mean, to me, it's really one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in a movie. I loved everything about it. Everything, even Sandra Bullock was really, really good. I've never been a fan of her, to be honest with you, but she really amazed me in this film. I think this is her best movie since Speed in 1994. But what a phenomenal film this was. This used to be my favorite movie of 2013, but then I saw Captain Phillips, and that became my favorite movie of 2013. But then I saw this movie again on Blu-ray, and it has become my favorite movie again of 2013. Yeah, that's really the reason why I never do these top 10 lists, because it's constantly changing. You know, I mean, every second was just amazing in this film, from beginning to end. You know, the beginning, I thought was really great. I mean, there's you see the title, Gravity, you know, against this black screen, and you hear the music, you know, which builds up and up and up, and it's getting louder and louder. And all of a sudden, you see a shot of Earth, and you know the music is gone. You have this, you know, you don't hear anything. There's this ear-deafening silence. You know what I mean? As if you actually there in space. And then slowly but surely, you hear these voices, and then you see the space shuttle, you know, getting bigger and bigger on screen. And wow, I mean, it was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Gravity, what an amazing film this is. Next up is the German steelbook of Prisoners. This is a really good thriller. But I'm not going to tell you anything about it. I would have loved to say many things about it, but I'm not going to, because this is one of those movies that you know, the less you know, the better, or the more surprised you will be. So yeah, don't watch any reviews, or don't read any reviews about this movie, and especially don't watch the trailer. Just watch the movie and be surprised. I thought it was a really good film, Prisoners. Also picked up the steelbook of Mary Poppins. Well, what can I say about this? It is a wonderful feel-good movie, and certainly a wonderful steelbook as well. I think that a movie like Mary Poppins really deserves a steelbook like this, and I'm glad that Zavi has released one. I was actually disappointed when they announced Mary Poppins on Blu-ray, but it was just a regular keep case Blu-ray, so I wasn't really in a hurry picking that one up. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad that I waited for you know, for steelbook. But yeah, lovely movie, Mary Poppins. And last but not least, I also picked up the 35th anniversary edition steelbook from the UK of Halloween. I know that, you know, originally I wanted to pick up the digibook, but I wasn't really happy with the way that disc was inside that digibook, so decided to pick this up anyway, because this looks a lot better. Still need to check out the movie on Blu-ray, by the way, but what I have seen, it looks fantastic. I mean, the transfer looks really good. I've also seen the first 10 minutes or so of the Jamie Lee Curtis featurette. You know, this camera crew is following Jamie Lee Curtis, who is going to this horror convention. I still need to check out the whole featurette of that. But yeah, great film, of course, great film, and a great steelbook. So that was it for the Blues of March. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.